Prince is telling us is this is your nation, you are my people. What do you need? How can I help you?
5 years in terms of opening up Saudi Arabia, and I think especially what you've done for women.
Saudi Arabia is committed to empowering its youth, empowering women.
Saudi Arabia, we're just getting started right now.
عم بيكون في إصلاحات، عم بيكون في النساء عم بتروح تحضر مباراة، عم بيروحوا يحضروا حفلات موسيقية. كل هالخطوات ما لها أي مصداقية، ما لها أي فعالية حقيقة يعني.
The rights of women in Saudi Arabia have been a subject of debate for many years. The government has said it supports the empowerment of women and young people, and there have been reforms, including lifting the ban on women driving in June 2018. They can also now attend sporting and musical events. But at the same time, the arrest and detention of women speaking out against the government seems to have continued, and this potentially undermines the kingdom's public desire to improve the status of women. In this program, an Al Jazeera Arabic team examines claims that over a dozen Saudi women activists are awaiting trial, that several are in detention, and that many have fled the country because of harassment over their political views.
What is now happening is a woman has the choice to breathe, a woman has a choice to dream, and she can action. A woman today can't say, I couldn't find a car, I couldn't find a driver, because now you can.
I'm seeing what's happening. It's like a revolution in a very positive way, and I want to just thank you.
أهلاً معكم لجين تعرضت للتعذيب. كان الشخص اللي يصعق على رأسها، على فخذها، على صدرها. كانوا في نشوة وفرح بهذا التعذيب والكسر لجين.
السلطة تخفي انخراطها المباشر في عمليات التعذيب ضد هؤلاء المعتقلات.
How would you describe how things are changing for women?
It's amazing. It's totally different because a couple of years ago we couldn't walk like this. It's different. It's really different.
So where between these two poles does the truth lie? Al Jazeera examines the state of women's activism in Saudi Arabia, hearing from female detainees, international human rights organizations, and seeking responses from those at the center of decision-making within Saudi Arabia. This is a story that begins with a series of arrests, all of Saudi women. Starting in September 2017, when an academic, Ruqayya al-Muharib, was arrested after talking about corruption in one of her lectures. Then, in January 2018, a student and women's rights campaigner, Noha al-Balawi, was arrested after criticizing the thaw in relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel. Then in May 2018, there was a wave of arrests, including 12 prominent women's rights campaigners. The eldest was 70-year-old Dr. Aisha Al-Mana, a veteran campaigner for the right to drive. Others included Hassa al-Sheikh and Madhiha al-Ajrush, who opposed the country's conservative guardianship system. Others included Lujain al-Hadlul, Iman al-Navjan, Aziza al-Yusuf, and Wala al-Shubar, all campaigners against the guardianship system. Their arrests were widely reported in Saudi Arabia, where local media described the women as traitors and agents of embassies.
أتحدث إليكم كناشطة حقوقية قال لها زوجها وليد في اليوم الأول: لا أدري متى يعتقلونني وكم هي مدة الاعتقال، لكننا معا سنكمل مشوارنا الحقوقي.
قمت معه برفع دعوى قانونية للمطالبة بحق المرأة في الانتخابات، وأخرى بالمطالبة بحق المرأة في قيادة السيارة. ساعدنا الكثير من النساء المعنفات.
Samira Badawi is standing up against two of the most significant challenges facing women in Saudi Arabia. Samar has translated her personal efforts into broader campaigns, encouraging more women to speak out for their rights. You are making a difference, and we thank you for that.
سمر البدوي ونسيم السادة من أجرأ وأقوى مدافعات عن حقوق الإنسان في السعودية، وعم بيدفعوا اليوم ثمن النشاط تبعونه يلي عم بيقوموا فيه. يلي بنعرفه إنه بعد لليوم ما بلشت المحاكمة تبعيتهم، وبعد ما في اتهام توجهت ضدهم، بعدهم محتجزين بشكل تعسفي.
Their case is an example of many other similar cases in Saudi Arabia where persons are detained without any lawful basis and for a prolonged period of time very often and subjected to very harsh, inhumane conditions.
المرأة السعودية تطالب بحقوقها الإنسانية البسيطة. يعني هو ذكر الملك سلمان كذا مرة هو أن الأبواب مفتوحة ونحن نطرق هذه الأبواب وننتظر من يعطينا حقوق.
سمر بدوي اعتقلت ليلاً حاملة طفلتها بين يديها جود عمرها 4 سنوات فقط، مسلطة عليها الأضواء الساطعة، وأيضاً موجهة عليها وعلى ابنتها الصغيرة الأسلحة. فقيدت سمر بدوي إلى سجن ذهبان وبقيت هناك، وتعرضت هي ولجين هذلول وعزيزة اليوسف وشدن العنزي وإيمان النجفان إلى تعذيب جسدي وحشي وتعذيب نفسي وحشي يفوق أي من التصورات.
لا أدري وش العصر الذهبي اللي نتكلم عنه. أنا بالعكس أعتقد العصر الذهبي كان في السبعينات والثمانينات أفضل بكثير من الآن.
Under the guardianship system as it's enforced in Saudi Arabia, women cannot leave prison without their male guardian's permission, even if their sentence is expired. And these are many cases that, of course, we've documented validating this. In addition, women who've gone to shelters, government-run shelters, can't often leave the shelters unless their guardian, who's oftentimes their abuser, agrees that they should be able to leave.
When we spoke to Mohammed bin Salman, he made it very clear that the royal court was ahead of the popular curve and that actually many women didn't want to go out to work, that this is in some way a kind of foreign demand.
I think it's unfair of him to say that about women. If he just checks the long waiting list of women waiting for a job in the education sector, he would be amazed by the big number. Also, the jobs are limited compared to the number of graduates. I don't think they're working hard enough, in my opinion.
لجين الهذلول اعتقلت من فراشها وقيدت إلى السجون ليلاً، وسلطت عليها الأضواء ووجهت عليها الأسلحة.
Whatever Mohammed bin Salman may have said to Bloomberg, people have seen the indictment and the charge sheet against the women, and the only charges against them relate to their talking to foreign media and foreign organizations like Human Rights Watch and Amnesty International. There is no evidence, no allegation of evidence that they talked to any foreign intelligence. And it would just be ludicrous, because even if they did talk to foreign intelligence, what they talked about is public knowledge, and that is the conditions of women in Saudi Arabia.
الاعتقالات كانت دائما تحدث، لكن الجديد الآن أنه اعتقل حقوقيات وناشطات لم يكن بالضرورة ناشطات سياسيات في البداية. لجين الهذلول لم تكن ناشطة سياسية بقدر ما كانت ناشطة من أجل اكتساب حق قيادة المرأة للسيارة. فهذه الاعتقالات قد تكون سيست المعتقلات وأيضاً سيست الشعب.
عندما كانت مقابلة محمد بن سلمان ولي العهد السعودي مع صحيفة بلومبرج، فوجهوا له سؤالا مبني على الإحصاءات التي أصدرناها، وقلنا أن حملة اعتقالات واسعة قامت بها السلطات السعودية طالت قرابة 150 شخص، وكنا